Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Digital.Flash.Fire. We have another three-peat for you. I've got three quick matches in light tanks. One of the problems that was pointed out at the local summit between the EU community leaders and Wargaming is that light tanks don't have a role. And generally this is correct. At higher tiers, mediums and even some heavies have the same view distance as you. They've got better armor, they've got better guns. Some of them are nearly as fast as you. Leaves you without much of a point. So I take the T21 here, and I've already got a kill. I just ate a tier 6 artillery. And basically what I look for in light tanks is I look for a seam. And I'm being very aggressive early, but on this map, I know a lot of them went up the hill. I know a lot of them went to... a lot of them went west, and I'm thinking there might be a seam in the middle. So I set this T26 on fire, I set the super Pershing, and I have done 1,200 damage to him. I've done 1,241 damage and got the kill on this guy. And the game's not even a minute and a half old. So I keep going, and I see the mess on Tank Alley there on the 8 line. And there's a 5916 around here somewhere, but I know the guy's a total tomato. And there he is. Well, when you see a tomato like this, all you can do is make salsa. Yeah, what's this guy even doing? He doesn't even get a shot off. I just farmed 550 damage. So I look up and... yeah, I'm not going to drive into the gun of an SU-152. He will turn me into chunks. And that IS-6 is going to get here one of these days, so I can't just sit here forever. Pull up. Oop, SU-152 is moving. Well, that was a mistake. Turn back. Oh, there's the IS-6. That's not where I want to... oh, that was messy. Probably should have chased after the Ag Tiger rather than going after the blue IS-6. Still, 2.5 minutes, I got 4 kills. I got the AMX 13F3, I got the T26E4, I got the 5916, and I got the SU-152. And at this point, basically, it's just watching the teammates and praying to God they don't mess up being up 5 tanks. This IS-6 is not that good. And finally gets put out of his misery. IS-6 is down, the Lorraine is down. And you can see they're heading back to try to reset everything. But yeah, it's all over with the crime with a 7 tank difference. Stir Emil is down. They're just finishing them off at this point. So for this, I got my Ace Tanker badge. I got Master Gunner, Bruiser, Fighter, and Fire for Effect. I got 2,143 damage, 1,173 basic experience, and 4 kills. 17 shots fired, 16 hits, 16 penetrations. This was the last battle I played in this tank. I did get rid of it. I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I enjoyed the T20. And supposedly this is just a T20 with less weight, a better gun, or a worse gun. But this gun just worked for me a lot better. The rate of fire was really good, the handling was really good, and the penetration was good enough because I was never shooting at the front of anything. So let's see what I did after I sold this. Welcome to Normandy. We are on the D-Day map. It is a pretty low odds battle, 38%. This was the first battle I got in the T71. This is not a very common tank. It's surprisingly good. I free XP'd the Top Gun. This is the only piece of permanent equipment I have on this tank. I haven't done the tracks or the engine anyway. And you can see even on this ground on the beach and on D-Day, which you don't usually want to go on, it's handling pretty well. It's moving pretty quick. I'm doing around 50. And I run into this VK 4502A, which I know it doesn't have great armor, and I know the driver isn't very skilled. So what I do is I start just chasing him, basically. I'm unfortunately, the first couple shots bounce, and he's not in a terrible position. He puts one right into my turret. And this Chaffee took way longer than I thought he would to get here. And then he dinks a shot into the ground, and I'm on my long reload. So at this point, I'm just going to run, try to get into cover, and let the Chaffee shoot at him for a minute. I've got about 10 seconds left. The Chaffee's kind of dicking around, and this 4502 doesn't know whether to shit or go blind. He just, shot into the side of his turret, shot into the side of his turret, shot into the side of his turret, shot into the side of his turret. Seeing where this is going, folks, you'll never guess what finishes him off. Or it wasn't me, actually. It's the Chaffee. But yeah, emptying a magazine into the side of a Tier 8 heavy tank's turret is really satisfying. I'm going to give the Chaffee a thank you because he came up and basically saved me there. He's a Tier 5 tank and I'm a Tier 7. So we're pushing along and we're actually up a kill, and we've killed 2 decent tanks to go with the terrible VK. And we've lost a Tier 5 and a Tier 7, so we're kind of ahead at this point. We lose a Tier 8, and all of ours are kind of average players. And our team has better good players and worse bad players. And I like that. I would rather have that than the other way around. Because good players can carry. They're much more likely to. Jackson eats a shot, eats another. That guy dies. AMX dies. So I got the Jackson, I got the AMX, and T37. I can't quite get him. There's something over there, but I need to get out of here. I'm on 28 hit points. So I drop down, I reload. I don't ram the Chaffee and die. And even with that exchange, even getting the Jackson and the AMX, the other team has held it to 3 difference. But the Type 59 there is a good player, and he's on full health. And the Challenger over there is a good player, and he's on full health. Well, I can do something about the Challenger. He's just sitting there. He's got that big fat turret that makes him a nice target. Oh, I can't believe that missed. And you can see the VK over there and the Type 59 over there are both decent players, and, well, the Type 59 is not on full health anymore. Look at that guy. Melt. Yeah, that was crazy. But we're up 11. We've only lost 4 tanks, and they've lost 12. And they were favored. That's the difference having really, really good players has versus having average players. And I'd say all the guys on the other team were average. There were some really good players. The T37 on the other team, some of there were some good players on the other team. But we had an M6, a T34-100, and an E25 who were all really good. I played way over my head. Just went full ham in this game. And now it's just a matter of trying to whore in on the last kill while not being the last death. And the E25 goes out with glory and rams the T34-100, and I don't get the last kill. Oh. Still, I did 2,100 damage. I got 3,000 experience after the doubling. So, yeah, 1,500 before then. 35,000 credits. Just absolutely cracked this open. And the beach on D-Day is a really... There's a lot of debate about the beach on D-Day because it's such a soft area, and if you overcommit there, you have too many tanks that are just completely wasted. It's kind of like the valley on Lakeville. But on the other hand, if you don't protect it at all, it literally has roads into your base. So you have to do something about it. So I got a sharpshooter, I got a master gunner. It was only a second class mastery badge, and you can kind of see the monster games this tank can have with its autoloader. You know, the base ammo's ACPR, it gets heat, which means it can really just smash faces. I actually didn't get top experience. We had a T21 prototype that had an even better game than I did. 2,900 damage and 3 kills. The other team, the T37 did very well. The Indian Panzer did really well. The E25 didn't do too bad. I mean, again, they had some really good ones, but no one really stepped it up. And that ended up being their downfall. For me, 21 shots fired, 19 hits, 16 penetrations, most of the bounces off the VK at the very beginning. 2,100 damage, 800 of it from long range. This is a very accurate gun. The shell velocity on the ACPR is amazing. Damage received, 812. No damage blocked by armor. 35,000 credits received, 23,000 after ammo and consumables and repairs. 1,390 base experience with some payouts for all the awards. 3,060 with the daily double. All right, let's see what I did the next time I took this tank out. Welcome to the final match of our light tanked three-peat, and we've got another city map. We are on Ensk, and it's another low chance to win, and I'm going to demolish some houses. Because that's what light tanks do. They don't take shit from anybody. I think I'm actually typing in the game, but oh well. And I wasn't sure what to do. I was kind of pissed that I got this matchmaking. The E50M and the STB1 and the T1. I mean, there's 3 tier 10s. There's a couple of tier 9s. And I can damage most of these guys. It's not that there's absolutely nothing I can do. But fuck a duck, you know? This is my second match in this thing. So I'm kind of futzing around because I can't scout. And there's no point in me scouting. Everyone's going to be able to see what they see. And they're not going to be able to, look at my view range. It's 2/3 of the map. I could sit in the middle of the map and shoot all 4 corners, for God's sakes. So I'm dicking around. I don't really want to run into the Ferdinand. I don't really run into the STB. Where the hell do I want to go? Ferdinand takes a big hit, and I zip back up, and I get around the IS-7 because I probably look like a round of ammunition to him. And I'm just kind of futzing around. And I'm getting some good advice from the T49, and it was stuff I already knew, but it's good advice. And hey, if someone's giving out advice in a game, hey, that should be encouraged. I want people to play better. And again, I futzed around a little too long. I ate a shot from the Ferdinand. I ate another shot from the Ferdinand. But now it's time to bring the tornado. And shoot, shoot, shoot. Gratuitous ammo rack. That's what we like to see, an ammo rack on a guy with 137 hit points left. And this one is, our team stuck together very, very well. We didn't have nearly as many go east as they had, and the guys who went east bought us enough time. And get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way! Because again, I'm going to spend 90% of this game as a one-shot to the enemy team. And the T10's coming, and he's going for our T49. And hit him. And I'm trying to track him. I think I actually had a light tank mission for tracking. So that'll work nicely, and I bounce off the tactical log. He eats a big shot from our T10, and it's time for me to reload. And the scores are even, and we're ahead on hit points. And I'm looking for a good shot. Not that it matters, because I've got another 7 seconds on my reload. Fuck, T110E3 is overextended, AMX is overextended, AMX is dead, T110 is in trouble, T110 is in a lot of trouble, bounce off the star, blow up his engine. There we go. And I don't really want to go for a reload right now, because there's a lot of, I can do a lot of damage to tanks that are out there. And the T49 is going for the AMX is, and I rammed the T10. Fist bump there. And the T49 bricks a shot. Oh, that gun is not dependable. And I get the 1375. So, not as dominating a match as the last one. And from this point, I don't do any other damage. It's just clean up against the surviving enemy tanks. 1,000 damage and 3 kills. But it scored very well because, well, I did 4 hits on the IS-8. Or, sorry, that hasn't been the IS-8 for several patches. Quickie baby, fix your website! 4 hits on him with a little bit of damage. I got the finishing blow on the AMX. I got a little bit of damage on the T110E3, and all these are, higher tier than me. Except the 1375. And then I got the 500 damage, 580 damage, and the kill on the Ferdinand, including the gratuitous ammo rack. Overall, I was second in experience with 949 base. I did, even with only 1,000 damage, the T10 did 3280, the M103 did 3210, but because I was a tier 7 and a tier 10 match, I get a hell of a lot more experience. 14 shots fired, 12 hits, 8 penetrations, 26,000 credits earned after repairs and ammo, 16,690, and 3133 experience with my daily double. Alright folks, this has been 3 fast and furious light tank missions. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. For Digital.Flash.Fire, this is Dan. Thanks. I will see you guys later.